Hello, I'm your host, Ellen Nicole,
And I'm your host, Eileen Nikita.
and welcome to the Instant Caregiver. So, before we get started, could you please hit like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel? It has been a year since we started this podcast, and what a year it has been. So,
Yes,
today we're just gonna update you guys. I know we took a break. We're going to tell you what happened and what we've been doing and what we're going to be doing this year. So we're still here. We're definitely going to be doing the Instant Caregiver.
yes, we are.
So, a little bit of a recap. So, we started this podcast this YouTube channel in January of 2022. It was always in the works. Like, we had been planning on doing it in 2021, but our mom passed away at the beginning of January of 2022. And we actually started this podcast 2 weeks after she passed away. And I had people tell me, you have to give yourself time to grieve. You need to grieve. And it went in one ear and out the other. I'm like, yeah, okay, okay. So this podcast and our Instagram and our website was a savior for us. So we were going hard. We were doing episodes every week up until Mother's Day, and we thought that Mother's Day was going to be difficult, but we got through Mother's Day. But I think that was like our second to last episode
Mm-hmm.
because the grief hit us, and it hit us both. If you guys know, we're twins. Our mom's birthday is 3 days before ours, and in July, when I tell you, for me, and I think for Nikita too, Eileen
Yes,
too,
it was. It was so difficult.
the grief, it was difficult. It
Yeah.
was the grief. It was like palpitating. Like I could not do anything. Everything reminded me of my mom. So from like July on, it was difficult. So we did definitely we took a break.
Mhm.
Um, so we're going to talk about what we've been doing. Can you want to kind of recap a little bit, and then I'll talk about what I've been doing and what's been going on with us.
Well, sure. I mean, so like she said, we took a break, and I still have my own business where I help people who are looking for a job. But then I also work full time, to kind of generate more money, and I also do graphic design on the side. So I'm not going to say I do a lot of stuff just to keep me busy, but I do think that that brings me passion. And like she said, it has just been a time of adjustment and trying to find a new normal, and really there isn't a new normal. And I'm going to talk about
Right.
the things about grieving. It's just everybody is different. There's no such thing as this is what happens step by step. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Nicole, what have you been doing?
So, kind of rewind. We actually took our mom out of a nursing home in 2018, which was like 2 years before the pandemic. And before we were both active, we had jobs outside the home. We were going to and from work. And then the pandemic hit and we were scared. So we pretty much shut down everything. We did not go out. So I think that's important to talk about. We were not only grieving, but we were dealing with, okay, how to navigate life post, it's not post pandemic, but after our mom passed away and then actually going out and doing things. So we had been inside for 2 years. We got all our groceries delivered. We did Amazon. I rarely went out to do anything. So having to deal with the grief and then also identity, because so much for the past 10 years has been about my mom and making sure my mom was okay,
Mm-hmm.
was trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to do self-care. So for me, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I knew that I needed to do therapy. So in January, I started going to therapy. My company allows us to do EAP. And so I did that. And like I said, when the grief hit, the therapy was just right on time because I had been anticipating it. I really wasn't. I'm lying. I didn't anticipate it. But when it hit, I was able to still work through my grief and still work through trying to figure out who I am and what I'm going to do. So, in the midst of that, I actually went back to teaching. You guys know that I'm an attorney and I also am a professor. So in August, I went back to becoming a professor. I teach at a local college. It has been a wonderful experience. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. Not only am I a professor, but I go out every day and I'm interacting with people. So I've been doing that. And I also have been blessed with the opportunity to take my platform, which is advocacy and elder law, elder care, to my state. And I'm actually part of a committee that is working on helping to make where we live a better place for seniors and aging. So I'm doing that. And I'm also part of an advocacy board that is working on trying to bring change to the nursing home community. So it's like everything that I enjoy, my passion, and also my purpose, which is to help elderly people, to help those who don't have people like to advocate for them, like my mom did. I'm able to do. And it has been a whirlwind. It has been a blessing. And I know that my mom is looking down on us
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I
and she's
just wanted to
proud.
add, she's so proud of you, because I don't know if we ever told them, but our mom was a teacher too. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's so proud of you.
So I'm very excited about the work that I will be able to do in my mom's honor and in her legacy to help people age gracefully. So,
Yeah. Another thing, Nicole, one of the things I forgot to mention, one of the things that I'm really passionate about as well is I really would like to start a non-for-profit about, like something about adopting a senior or something, because there's so many older Americans that don't have children and they don't have anyone to kind of check on them or just, be a voice for them. And so, I haven't, actually started the process, but that's one of the long-term goals that I really would like to do.
so we both are still doing the Instant Caregiver. We will be coming back with weekly episodes, updates on the blog for things that are going to be helpful to caregivers and also elderly people and people who find themselves, again, instant caregivers. So I'm very, very excited. And hopefully, you guys will continue with us in this journey. And we really appreciate all the support that we've had. Keith, you gonna talk about what you've been doing as well? You did. Okay, you did.
It did, but I want to
All
talk a
right.
little bit about grief, because we did touch on grief, but like I said, one of the things that we realize is that grief never goes away.
Mhm.
People say it gets better. Yeah, it does get better, but it never leaves, and there is a new normal, but it's not ever going to go back to the way that it was. And the part for me is not just grieving my mother, but also grieving that life that we had. I'm not going to lie, we were living in a cocoon. It was,
Mhm.
we always were together, and if anything was going on, we knew that everybody was okay. So now it's just, trying to get out in the world little bits and pieces of it, because we haven't been a part of it for so long. And it's so funny
Yeah,
because we saw a neighbor the other day, and he was talking about how, oh, it's good. And Nicole, he got to be what, 80?
he
Like in
has
his,
to
yeah.
be.
And he was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
he
so
has
good
to
to see you all out,
see
because normally I see bags outside you
the
outdoors,
door.
because we were coming back from the grocery
Right.
store. We were like,
Yeah, he saw us coming
okay.
back from the grocery store. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you guys out. I'm used to seeing all these groceries piled outside the door." Because yes, we were in a cocoon. We did not go anywhere. So just like it's been an interesting experience. The grieving and like to touch on what Eileen said, grieving is a process. It's not gonna ever really change. I'm gonna always miss my mom. I'm gonna always cry, and that's
Mhm,
okay. I'm learning to deal with it. I'm learning to not be surprised because it will creep up on you in the weirdest ways when you're least expecting it. But I also have to say that I feel, and I think Eileen agrees with me, I feel very blessed about the relationships that
mhm,
I was able to maintain because when our mom died, when I tell you my friends and my family, when I tell you they have been there for us and have kind of taken us in, I felt like I was floating because there was a point where I really didn't feel like I could do anything, but I felt the love and the uplifting, like people were carrying me when I couldn't really carry myself. And I think for us, it has been such a blessing to rekindle those relationships. We're going out, we're hanging out with people, and people have been very kind and very patient, and they understand, where we've come. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. So
Yeah, yeah.
again,
Right, right. Not to, talk about spirituality because everybody believes in something
yeah,
different, but that was our foundation too. God has really, I don't want to say blessed us, but yeah, he has. I mean, I feel like he has really sheltered us and help us to try to, move to the next level. I feel like, it's hard, but then it's not hard. I feel like we have
yeah,
so much joy, and like you said, people have really come through, because like where I am right now, I have been trying to get this job with this company for a while, and it just the
right.
doors just open, and it can't be
Uh-huh.
me. It would have to be something, bigger than me, so
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. It's been, like I said, it's weird to have grief coupled with the many blessings, also with being able to fulfill the purpose that we didn't even know we had.
right.
So again, we hope you guys stay with us. We hope that you continue with us on our journey, and we hope to continue to provide, content that's useful for everyone who listens. So again, hit like, check us out on Instagram, the Instant Caregiver,
And
our
subscribe to
YouTube
our
channel.
channel. Yeah.
Right. So thank you. See you soon. See you next week, really.
Right.
Bye.
See you next week because we'll be here.